The Art of Asking. Unlock Your Destiny. Journey to Self-Discovery Through Life's Deepest Questions. Introduction. The Power of a Question. Sarah stared at the ceiling of her small apartment, the weight of unfulfilled dreams pressing down on her chest. Another day had passed, indistinguishable from the hundreds before it. She was stuck in a job she tolerated, in a life that felt like it belonged to someone else. As the city lights flickered outside her window, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that there had to be more to life than this endless cycle of monotony. Little did Sarah know, her journey was about to begin with a simple, yet profound question. The encounter. The next morning, as Sarah rushed to catch her train, she collided with an elderly woman outside the station. Papers scattered across the sidewalk, and Sarah's coffee spilled, staining her crisp white shirt. "I'm so sorry," Sarah exclaimed, frantically gathering the fallen documents. The woman's eyes twinkled with an inexplicable wisdom as she regarded Sarah. "No need to apologize, dear. Sometimes a little chaos is exactly what we need to shake things up." Sarah paused, struck by the woman's calm demeanor and enigmatic words. As she handed back the papers, the woman asked, "Tell me, what is it that you truly desire?" The question caught Sarah off guard. She opened her mouth to respond, but found herself at a loss for words. The woman smiled knowingly. "It's not an easy question, is it? But it's the most important one you can ask yourself." As the train approached, the woman pressed a small, worn book into Sarah's hands. "When you're ready to start asking the right questions, this will guide you." Before Sarah could respond, the woman had disappeared into the crowd, leaving Sarah holding the mysterious book and pondering a question she had never truly considered before. The Awakening. That night, Sarah opened the book, its pages filled with handwritten notes and thought-provoking questions. On the first page, a quote stood out. "The quality of your life is determined by the quality of your questions." Tony Robbins. As Sarah delved deeper into the book, she realized that she had been asking herself the wrong questions all along. Instead of "why me?" she should have been asking, "What can I learn from this?" Instead of "what if I fail?" the question should have been, "What if I succeed beyond my wildest dreams?" This moment marked the beginning of Sarah's transformation, a journey that would lead her to unlock her potential and create a life filled with purpose and joy. And it all started with the art of asking the right questions. The power of curiosity. Curiosity, dear reader, is the spark that ignites the flame of personal growth. It's the driving force behind every great discovery, every meaningful connection, and every life-changing realization. As children, we are naturally curious, asking why, until we exhaust the patience of those around us. But somewhere along the way, many of us lose that insatiable desire to understand and explore. Sarah's journey reminds us of the importance of rekindling that childlike curiosity. It's about looking at the world with fresh eyes, questioning our assumptions, and being open to new possibilities. When was the last time you asked yourself why you believe what you believe? Or what would happen if you challenged your own limitations? Curiosity is not just about gathering information. It's about expanding our perspective and opening doors we never knew existed. It's about having the courage to question the status quo, both in our personal lives and in the world around us. The art of deep asking. As Sarah discovered, there's a profound difference between superficial questions and deep, meaningful inquiries. Deep asking is an art form, a skill that can be honed and perfected over time. It requires self-reflection, honesty, and a willingness to be vulnerable. Deep asking involves 1. Self-awareness, understanding your own thoughts, emotions, and motivations. 2. Authenticity, being true to yourself and your values. 3. Courage, having the bravery to face uncomfortable truths. 4. Open-mindedness, being receptive to new ideas and perspectives. 5. Patience, allowing answers to unfold naturally without forcing them. When Sarah began to practice deep asking, she found herself confronting truths she had long avoided. Questions like, "What am I most afraid of?" and "What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail?" forced her to dig deep and confront her own limiting beliefs. The ripple effect. One of the most powerful lessons Sarah learned was that asking the right questions doesn't just change your own life. It has a ripple effect on everyone around you. As she began to transform, she noticed changes in her relationships, her work environment, and even in chance encounters with strangers. By asking thoughtful questions and truly listening to the answers, Sarah found herself connecting with others on a deeper level. She discovered that everyone has a story to tell, wisdom to share, and dreams waiting to be awakened. Her colleagues, once distant, began to open up. Her family relationships, long strained by unspoken tensions, started to heal as she learned to ask questions that fostered understanding and empathy. This ripple effect teaches us an important lesson. Our personal growth is not a selfish endeavor. As we evolve and expand our consciousness, we create space for others to do the same. We become catalysts for positive change in our communities and beyond. The dance with the universe. As Sarah continued her journey of deep asking, she began to notice something extraordinary. The universe seemed to be responding to her questions in mysterious ways. Opportunities aligned, chance encounters provided exactly the guidance she needed, and solutions appeared just when she thought all hope was lost. This dance with the universe is not about magical thinking or passively waiting for answers to fall from the sky. It's about cultivating a state of awareness and receptivity. It's about asking questions with intention and then remaining open to receiving answers in unexpected forms. Sarah learned that the universe speaks in whispers, through intuitive hunches, recurring themes, and synchronistic events. By asking deep questions, and then paying attention to the subtle responses around her, she found herself co-creating her reality in partnership with a benevolent universe. This principle teaches us that we are not isolated beings, but interconnected parts of a greater whole. Our questions and intentions ripple out into the fabric of existence, and the universe responds in kind. It's a dance of give and take, of asking and receiving, of seeking and finding. The challenges of growth. Sarah's journey was not without its challenges. As she delved deeper into the practice of asking profound questions, she encountered resistance, both from within herself and from those around her. There were moments of doubt, fear, and the temptation to retreat back into the comfort of her old life. These challenges teach us an invaluable lesson. Growth is not always comfortable, but it is always worthwhile. The questions that make us squirm, that challenge our long-held beliefs, that force us to confront our deepest fears. These are the questions that have the power to transform our lives. Sarah learned to embrace discomfort as a sign of progress. She discovered that each challenge was an opportunity to ask even deeper questions, to uncover new layers of understanding, and to develop greater resilience. The alchemy of action. As powerful as deep asking is, Sarah discovered that questions alone were not enough. The true magic happened when she combined insightful questions with inspired action. This alchemy of inquiry and action became the catalyst for real, tangible change in her life. When Sarah asked herself, "What would I do if I weren't afraid?" she didn't stop at contemplation. She took small, courageous steps towards her dreams. She signed up for a writing class she had always wanted to take. She had a heartfelt conversation with her boss about her career aspirations. She reached out to reconnect with old friends. This teaches us that transformation is not a passive process. It requires us to be active participants in our own growth. The questions we ask point us in the right direction, but it's our actions that move us forward. The gratitude mindset. One of the most profound shifts in Sarah's journey came when she began to incorporate gratitude into her practice of deep asking. She learned to ask questions like, "What am I grateful for in this moment?" And "How has this challenge helped me grow?" This gratitude mindset transformed the way Sarah perceived her life. Even on difficult days, she found pockets of joy and reasons to be thankful. This shift in perspective attracted more positive experiences into her life, creating an upward spiral of appreciation and abundance. The lesson here is clear. Gratitude is not just a feel-good practice. It's a powerful tool for transformation. When we approach life with a grateful heart, we open ourselves up to receive more of what we appreciate. It changes not only our inner landscape, but also the way we interact with the world around us. The journey continues. As we conclude this introduction, dear reader, it's important to remember that Sarah's journey, like your own, is ongoing. The art of asking deep questions is not a destination, but a lifelong practice. It's a tool that will serve you in every aspect of your life, from your career to your relationships, from your personal growth to your contribution to the world. Your journey of deep asking starts now, with this book as your guide. As you read about Sarah's experiences, challenges, and triumphs, I invite you to see yourself in her story. What questions arise within you? What dormant dreams are stirring, waiting to be awakened by the right inquiry? Remember, the most powerful questions are often the simplest. What do I truly want? What am I here to contribute? How can I serve others while honoring my own needs? What would love do in this situation? These questions, and the many others you'll discover throughout this book, have the power to unlock doors you never knew existed. They can lead you to a life of purpose, joy, and fulfillment, a life where you are the author of your own story. As you embark on this journey, know that you are not alone. Every great thinker, innovator, and changemaker throughout history has walked this path of deep inquiry. You are joining a lineage of seekers and dreamers who dared to ask the questions that matter most. So, dear reader, are you ready to begin? Are you prepared to dive deep, to challenge your assumptions, to dream bigger than you ever have before? The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, or in this case, a single question. What will your first question be? Chapter 1. The Spark of Curiosity. Sarah's fingers trembled as she dialed the number. Each ring echoed in her ears like a thunderclap. Just as she was about to hang up, a warm voice answered. Hello, this is Maya speaking. Sarah took a deep breath. Hi, I'm Sarah. I found your card at the coffee shop. It said if you're ready to change your life, call this number. There was a pause, then a chuckle. Yes. Well, Sarah, are you ready to change your life? That simple question hit Sarah like a bolt of lightning. Was she ready? She thought about her unfulfilling job, her strained relationships, the dreams she'd pushed aside. Yes, she whispered, surprised by her own certainty. Yes, I am. Excellent, Maya replied. Then let's begin with your first lesson. Meet me at Hillside Park tomorrow at sunrise. And Sarah, bring your curiosity. The next morning, Sarah found Maya sitting cross-legged on a blanket atop a grassy hill. The older woman's silver hair gleamed in the early morning light, and her eyes twinkled with an inner fire that immediately put Sarah at ease. Welcome, Sarah, Maya said, patting the space beside her. Tell me, what do you see? Sarah looked around, taking in the park coming to life as the sun peeked over the horizon. I see trees, grass, a few early morning joggers. Maya nodded. Good. Now, I want you to look again. But this time, I want you to look with curiosity. Don't just see what's there, wonder about it. Let your mind ask questions. Sarah furrowed her brow, confused but willing to try. She looked around again, this time allowing her mind to wander and question. I see a squirrel gathering acorns, she began slowly. I wonder why it's storing so many. Do squirrels remember where they hide all their acorns? And that jogger over there, she runs past us every few minutes. I wonder what motivates her to run so early. Is she training for something? Or just enjoys the quiet morning? Maya smiled. Excellent, Sarah. You've just experienced the spark of curiosity. It's the beginning of all growth, all change, all discovery. Curiosity is the match that lights the fire of transformation. Sarah felt a flutter of excitement in her chest. But how does being curious about joggers and squirrels change my life? Maya said, her eyes twinkling. That's where the real magic begins. You see, curiosity isn't just about observing the world around you. It's about questioning everything, especially yourself and your own life. Maya reached in her bag and pulled out a journal and a pen. I want you to try something. Write down 3 questions about your life, any aspect of it. But here's the catch. They can't be yes or no questions. They need to be open-ended, thought-provoking questions that spark your curiosity about your own existence. Sarah took the journal, her mind already buzzing with possibilities. After a few moments of contemplation, she wrote, 1. How would my life be different if I pursued my passion for art? 2. What fears are holding me back from making changes in my career? 3. How can I cultivate more meaningful relationships in my life? Wonderful, Maya said, reading over Sarah's shoulder. These are powerful questions, Sarah. They have the potential to unlock doors you didn't even know existed in your mind. But how do I find the answers? Sarah asked, feeling both excited and overwhelmed. Maya laughed softly. That's the beauty of it, my dear. The answers will come, but often not in the way you expect. The important thing is to keep asking, keep wondering, keep being curious. The universe has a way of responding to genuine curiosity. As the sun climbed higher in the sky, Maya shared more wisdom about the power of curiosity. 1. Curiosity opens your mind to new possibilities. When you're curious, you're more receptive to new ideas and opportunities. 2. Curiosity fuels personal growth. By questioning your beliefs, habits, and choices, you create space for positive change. 3. Curiosity enhances problem-solving skills. A curious mind looks at problems from different angles, leading to more creative solutions. 4. Curiosity deepens connections. When you're genuinely curious about others, you build stronger, more meaningful relationships. 5. Curiosity leads to self-discovery. By asking questions about yourself, you uncover hidden aspects of your personality and potential. Remember, Sarah, Maya said as their session came to a close, curiosity is not just about finding answers. It's about embracing the journey of discovery. It's about being open to the wonders of life, both big and small. Sarah nodded, feeling a newfound sense of excitement about her journey ahead. Thank you, Maya. I feel like I'm seeing the world, and myself, with new eyes. Maya smiled warmly. That's the spark of curiosity, my dear. Nurture it, and watch how it illuminates your path forward. Exercises to ignite your curiosity. 1. The 5 whys. Ask yourself a question about an aspect of your life you want to change. Then, ask why to your answer. Repeat this process 5 times to dig deeper into your motivations and desires. Example, I want to change my career. Why? Because I'm not satisfied with my current job. Why? Because it doesn't align with my values. Why? Because I value creativity and my job is very routine. Why? Because creative work makes me feel alive and fulfilled. Why? Because when I'm creating, I feel like I'm living my true purpose. 2. Curiosity journal. For 1 week, carry a small notebook with you. Whenever something piques your interest, no matter how small, write it down along with at least one question about it. At the end of the week, review your entries. Choose one to research further or explore in your life. 3. The what-if game. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Write down as many what-if questions about your life as you can. Don't censor yourself. Let your imagination run wild. After the timer goes off, choose one what-if scenario that excites you and write a short paragraph about how your life would be different if that what-if came true. 4. Curiosity conversations. In your next 3 conversations with friends or family, make it a point to ask at least one question that goes beyond small talk. Be genuinely curious about their thoughts, feelings, or experiences. Notice how this changes the dynamic of your conversations. 5. Mirror of curiosity. Stand in front of a mirror and look at yourself as if you're meeting yourself for the first time. What questions would you ask this person? Write down at least 10 questions, then spend some time reflecting on or journaling about the answers. Remember, the goal of these exercises is not to find immediate answers, but to spark your curiosity and open your mind to new possibilities. As you practice, you'll find that curiosity becomes a habit, a powerful tool for personal growth and self-discovery. In the next chapter, we'll explore how to use this newfound curiosity to align with your true desires and craft your inner compass. But for now, embrace the wonder of questioning. Let your curiosity be the first step on your journey of transformation. Chapter 2. Crafting your inner compass. Sarah's footsteps echoed through the empty art gallery. She had arrived an hour before opening time, as Maya had instructed. The walls were adorned with vibrant paintings, each one a window into another world. As she wandered through the silent halls, Sarah felt a strange mix of awe and unease. Beautiful, aren't they? Maya's voice startled Sarah out of her reverie. Sarah nodded, her eyes drawn to a particularly striking abstract piece. They are, but I'm not sure I understand them all. Maya smiled knowingly. Understanding art isn't always about knowing what the artist intended. It's about how it makes you feel, what it stirs within you. She gestured around the room. Each of these paintings is like a compass point, guiding the viewer to explore different parts of themselves. Sarah furrowed her brow. A compass. Yes, dear. Just as we all have an inner spark of curiosity, we also have an inner compass. It's that part of us that knows our true north, that guides us towards our authentic selves and our deepest desires. Maya led Sarah to a bench in the center of the room. But for many of us, that compass gets buried under layers of expectations, fears, and old beliefs. Today, we're going to start excavating yours. Sarah felt a flutter of excitement mixed with apprehension. How do we do that? We start by asking the right questions, of course, Maya winked. But not just any questions. We need to ask questions that align with our true selves, questions that cut through the noise and point us towards our personal truth. Maya pointed to the abstract painting that had caught Sarah's attention earlier. What does that painting make you feel? Sarah stared at the swirls of color, the bold strokes, the interplay of light and shadow. It makes me feel alive, excited, like there are possibilities I haven't even considered yet. Excellent, Maya nodded. Now let's dig deeper. Why do you think it makes you feel that way? Sarah thought for a moment. I think it reminds me of how I feel when I'm creating my own art. When I'm painting, I feel free, like I can express parts of myself that I can't put into words. Maya's eyes twinkled. And there, my dear, is a compass point. Your art isn't just a hobby, is it? It's a way for you to express your authentic self. Sarah felt a lump form in her throat. But I barely have time for art anymore. My job, my responsibilities. Maya held up a hand. That's where crafting your inner compass becomes crucial. When we know what truly guides us, what lights us up inside, we can make decisions that align with our authentic selves. Over the next hour, Maya guided Sarah through a series of questions and exercises, each designed to uncover another point on Sarah's inner compass. Remember, Maya said as they concluded their session, your inner compass is unique to you. It's shaped by your values, your passions, your experiences. The key is to listen to it, to trust it, even when it's pointing in a direction that seems scary or uncertain. Sarah nodded, feeling both exhilarated and overwhelmed. But how do I know if I'm following it correctly? Maya smiled softly. You'll know. When you're aligned with your inner compass, you'll feel it. Things will flow more easily, decisions will feel right, even if they're challenging. And when you're off course, you'll feel that too. Things will feel forced, unfulfilling. As they walked out of the gallery, Sarah felt like she was seeing the world through new eyes. Her inner compass was awakening, and with it, a sense of possibility she hadn't felt in years. Your homework, Maya said as they parted, is to start listening to your inner compass. Pay attention to when you feel aligned and when you don't. And remember, crafting your inner compass is an ongoing process. Keep asking questions, keep exploring, keep trusting yourself. Sarah watched Maya disappear into the bustling city street, feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation about the journey ahead. Her inner compass was pointing towards uncharted territory, but for the first time in a long while, she felt ready to explore. Exercises to craft your inner compass. 1. Values exploration. List 10 values that are important to you, e.g., creativity, freedom, security, growth. Then, narrow it down to your top 5. For each of these 5, write a paragraph about why this value is crucial to you and how it guides your decisions. 2. Peak experiences reflection. Think back to 3 to 5 peak experiences in your life. Times when you felt most alive, fulfilled, and authentic. Write about each experience, focusing on what were you doing? Who were you with? What made this experience so meaningful? What does this experience reveal about what's truly important to you? 3. Decision alignment check. Think of a significant decision you're currently facing. Create 2 columns. In the first, list the options you're considering. In the second, write how each option aligns or doesn't align with your core values and the insights from your peak experiences. Use this exercise to see which option resonates most with your inner compass. 4. Future self visualization. Close your eyes and visualize your ideal future self, 5 years from now. Don't focus on external achievements, but on how you feel, what your day-to-day life is like, what brings you joy and fulfillment. Write a letter from this future self to your present self, offering guidance and insights about staying true to your inner compass. 5. Compass calibration journal. For the next week, end each day by answering these questions in a journal. When did I feel most aligned with my authentic self today? When did I feel out of alignment? What decisions did I make that honor my values? What decisions did I make that went against my values? What's one thing I could do tomorrow to better follow my inner compass? Remember, crafting your inner compass is a deeply personal and ongoing process. Be patient with yourself, and don't be afraid to adjust your course as you gain new insights about yourself. Your inner compass is a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges and opportunities. The more you attune yourself to it, the more confidently you can move through the world as your authentic self. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to use your newly calibrated inner compass to navigate the sometimes turbulent waters of relationships and social expectations. But for now, take some time to sit with these exercises. Listen to the quiet voice of your inner guidance. It has much to teach you about who you are and who you're meant to become. Chapter 3. The Whisper of Intuition. Sarah stood at the crossroads, both literally and figuratively. The busy intersection buzzed with the usual city noise. Honking cars, chattering pedestrians, the distant wail of a siren. But amidst the cacophony, Sarah felt eerily calm. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and listened. Not to the external noise, but to something deeper, something quieter. A whisper so faint she had to strain to hear it. But it was there, gently guiding her. Without opening her eyes, she took a step forward, then another. When she finally looked, she found herself heading down a street she'd never taken before. "Well done," Maya's voice came from behind her. Sarah turned to see her mentor sitting on a nearby bench, a knowing smile on her face. "You've just taken your first conscious step guided by your intuition." Sarah blinked in surprise. That was intuition? It felt so subtle. Maya patted the space next to her, inviting Sarah to sit. "That's often how intuition works, my dear. It's not always a loud, clear voice. Sometimes it's just a gentle nudge, a quiet knowing. The trick is learning to listen and, more importantly, to trust it." As they sat together, watching the world rush by, Maya began to explain the power of intuition and its crucial role in personal growth and decision-making. "Your intuition," Maya said, "is like a direct line to your inner wisdom. It's that part of you that knows what's best, even when your logical mind is confused or conflicted. But in our noisy, fast-paced world, many of us have forgotten how to listen to this inner voice." Sarah nodded, thinking about all the times she'd ignored her gut feelings in favor of what seemed logical or expected. How do we learn to hear it more clearly? Maya's eyes twinkled. That's what we're here to explore. And it starts with understanding that your intuition communicates in many ways. Sometimes it's a feeling in your body, a sudden idea, a recurring dream, or even a chance encounter that seems too meaningful to be coincidence. Over the next few hours, Maya guided Sarah through a series of exercises designed to heighten her intuitive awareness. They practiced mindfulness techniques, explored different forms of meditation, and even did some intuitive drawing exercises. Remember, Maya said as they concluded their session, strengthening your intuition is like building a muscle. It takes consistent practice and patience. But the more you use it, the stronger and clearer it becomes. Sarah left their meeting feeling both excited and slightly overwhelmed. She was eager to put her newfound skills to use, but also aware of how much she had yet to learn. As she navigated her way home, Sarah decided to play a little game with herself. At each intersection, she paused, closed her eyes, and tried to intuitively sense which way to go. Sometimes she ended up on familiar streets, other times in completely new neighborhoods. But each decision felt right somehow. It wasn't until she found herself standing in front of a small, hidden art supply store that she realized the true power of what she was doing. She'd been thinking about getting back into painting for weeks, but hadn't taken any concrete steps. And here she was, led by her intuition to exactly what she needed. As she pushed open the door, the bell chiming softly above her, Sarah felt a surge of excitement. She was beginning to understand what Maya meant about intuition being a guide to our true desires and needs. That night, as Sarah sat surrounded by her new art supplies, brush in hand and blank canvas before her, she felt more aligned with herself than she had in years. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and listened for that quiet whisper of intuition. When she opened her eyes and began to paint, the colors and shapes flowed effortlessly, as if guided by some deeper part of herself. Sarah realized that intuition wasn't just about making decisions or solving problems. It was a pathway to expressing her authentic self, to living a life that resonated with her core being. And as she continued to paint into the early hours of the morning, she felt like she was having a profound conversation with herself, guided by the gentle whisper of her intuition. Exercises to cultivate your intuition. 1. The body scan. Find a quiet place and lie down comfortably. Close your eyes and slowly scan your body from head to toe. Pay attention to any sensations, tensions, or feelings in each part of your body. Don't try to change anything. Just observe. Often, our bodies hold intuitive knowledge that our minds haven't processed yet. Practice this daily and note any insights that arise. 2. Intuitive decision journal. For the next week, before making any decision, big or small, pause and check in with your intuition. Write down your intuitive feeling about the decision, then the decision you actually make. Later, reflect on the outcomes. Were there times when your intuition was right, but you didn't follow it? What can you learn from this? 3. Dream wisdom. Keep a dream journal by your bed. As soon as you wake up, write down any dreams you remember, no matter how fragmented. Look for recurring themes, symbols, or feelings. Our dreams can be a powerful channel for intuitive messages. At the end of each week, review your dreams and see if you can connect any of them to situations in your waking life. 4. Nature intuition walk. Take a walk in nature without a predetermined route. At each turn or fork in the path, pause and ask your intuition which way to go. Don't overthink it. Just notice your first impulse and follow it. See where this leads you and what you discover along the way. Reflect on how this experience might mirror decision-making in other areas of your life. 5. Intuitive art. Set aside 20 minutes for this exercise. Gather some art supplies, paper, colored pencils, paint, or whatever you have on hand. Close your eyes and think of a question or issue you're grappling with. Without planning or thinking too much, start creating. Let your intuition guide your choice of colors, shapes, and movements. When you're done, look at your creation. What insights does it offer about your question? 6. The intuition coin flip. When faced with a decision between two options, assign each option to one side of a coin. Flip the coin, but don't look at the result immediately. Instead, notice your instant emotional reaction. Are you hoping for a specific outcome? This often reveals what your intuition is telling you, regardless of what the coin says. 7. Intuitive writing. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Start writing without any specific topic in mind. Don't stop to think or edit. Just let the words flow. This is often called stream of consciousness writing. When the time is up, read what you've written. Look for any unexpected insights or themes that might be messages from your intuition. Remember, developing your intuition is a personal journey. What works for one person might not work for another. Be patient with yourself and approach these exercises with an open and curious mind. The more you practice tuning into your intuition, the clearer and stronger its guidance will become. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to use your newly sharpened intuition in conjunction with your inner compass to navigate the complex terrain of relationships and social dynamics. But for now, take some time to experiment with these exercises. Listen closely to that quiet whisper within. It has much to tell you about your path forward. Chapter 4. Dancing with the Universe. Sarah stood at the edge of a bustling farmer's market, the autumn air crisp with possibility. She closed her eyes, took a deep breath, and opened herself to the energy around her. This was her first attempt at consciously dancing with the universe, as Maya had called it. Remember, Maya's voice echoed in her mind. The universe is always communicating with you. Your job is to notice, to interpret, and to respond. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, Sarah stepped into the crowd, her senses alert for any signs or synchronicities. The cosmic choreography. As Sarah wandered through the market, she found herself drawn to a stand selling handmade journals. Her fingers traced the spine of a beautiful leather-bound book, its pages thick and inviting. "That one's special," the vendor said, smiling. "I had a feeling someone would connect with it today." Sarah felt a tingle run down her spine. Was this the universe nudging her? She thought about her recent desire to start writing again, a passion she'd neglected for years. Without overthinking, she purchased the journal, feeling a sense of rightness in the decision. As she continued her stroll, Sarah noticed a poster advertising a local writing workshop. Her heart quickened. 2 signs about writing in one day? She snapped a photo of the details, making a mental note to sign up later. "Well done," came Maya's voice. Sarah turned to see her mentor standing nearby, a basket of fresh produce in her arms. "You're beginning to tune into the dance." They found a quiet corner to sit, and Maya began to explain the intricate ballet of co-creation with the universe. "You see, Sarah," Maya said, her eyes twinkling, "life isn't something that just happens to us. We're active participants, co-creators in this grand cosmic dance. The universe is constantly sending us invitations to dance, through synchronicities, intuitive nudges, and seemingly chance encounters. Our job is to accept those invitations and step onto the dance floor." Sarah nodded, thinking about her experiences at the market. But how do we know which signs to follow? Everything could be a sign if we look hard enough, right? Maya smiled. That's where discernment comes in. It's about tuning into your inner wisdom, your intuition. True signs from the universe resonate deeply. They feel right, even if they don't always make logical sense. As they sat together, Maya guided Sarah through the principles of co-creation. 1. Intention setting, clearly defining what you want to create or experience. 2. Open awareness, staying alert to signs, synchronicities, and opportunities. 3. Inspired action, taking steps based on intuitive nudges and universal guidance. 4. Trust and surrender, letting go of the need to control every outcome. 5. Gratitude, appreciating the dance, even when the steps are challenging. Remember, Maya said, co-creating with the universe doesn't mean sitting back and waiting for everything to magically happen. It's an active process, a collaboration. You set the intention, stay open to guidance, and take inspired action. As their conversation drew to a close, Maya gave Sarah a new assignment. For the next week, she was to practice conscious co-creation in her daily life. The Week of Wonders. Sarah threw herself into the assignment with enthusiasm. She started each day by setting clear intentions, then remained open to how the universe might guide her towards their fulfillment. On Monday, her intention was to find a way to incorporate more creativity into her work. That afternoon, her boss announced a new project that required innovative thinking, and Sarah volunteered immediately. Tuesday's intention was to deepen her relationships. She felt a sudden urge to call an old friend, only to discover that friend had been thinking of her too. Their conversation led to plans for a reunion with their entire old friend group. As the week progressed, Sarah found herself in a beautiful flow. She wasn't controlling events, but she wasn't passively waiting either. She was dancing, following the universe's lead while adding her own unique steps. There were missteps too, of course. On Thursday, Sarah misinterpreted a sign and ended up taking a wrong turn, both literally and figuratively. But even this taught her something valuable about trusting her intuition over external signs. By the time Sarah met with Maya again, she felt like she had discovered a new way of moving through the world. She was more aware, more alive, more in tune with the cosmic rhythm that pulsed through everything. "You're getting it," Maya said proudly as Sarah recounted her experiences. "But remember, the dance never ends. There's always more to learn, more ways to refine your steps." The continuous waltz. As Sarah continued to practice co-creation, she noticed profound changes in her life. Opportunities seemed to arise at just the right moment. Challenges, while still difficult, felt more like growth experiences than insurmountable obstacles. Most importantly, Sarah felt a deep sense of trust in herself, in the universe, in the unfolding of her life's journey. She was no longer trying to force outcomes or control every aspect of her life. Instead, she was flowing with the cosmic current, her actions guided by a beautiful combination of intention, intuition, and universal wisdom. This, Sarah realized, is what it means to truly dance with the universe. Exercises to enhance your cosmic dance. 1. Intention setting ritual. Create a daily ritual for setting intentions. Find a quiet moment each morning to clarify what you want to create or experience that day. Write it down, speak it aloud, or visualize it clearly. Pay attention to how the universe responds throughout the day. 2. Synchronicity journal. Keep a journal dedicated to recording synchronicities, coincidences, and signs you notice. At the end of each week, review your entries. Look for patterns or messages that might not have been apparent in the moment. 3. The yes experiment. For one day, say yes to every opportunity or invitation that comes your way, as long as it's safe and ethical. This practice opens you up to new experiences and helps you recognize how the universe might be guiding you through unexpected channels. 4. Intuitive decision-making. When faced with a decision, try this technique. Quiet your mind, then ask yourself, if I knew I couldn't fail, what would I do? The first answer that comes is often your intuition speaking. Journal about the experience and the outcomes of following this guidance. 5. Gratitude flow. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, specifically focusing on unexpected gifts or surprises from the universe. This practice heightens your awareness of the continuous flow of abundance in your life. 6. Sign interpretation workshop. Gather a group of friends and spend an afternoon sharing recent experiences of signs or synchronicities. Practice interpreting these signs for each other, developing your collective ability to read the universe's language. 7. Co-created vision board. Create a vision board for a goal or dream, but with a twist. Instead of planning every image, allow yourself to be intuitively guided in the process. Pick up magazines and let your hands find images that resonate, even if you don't logically understand why. The result is a co-created map of your desires and the universe's guidance. Remember, dancing with the universe is an art form that grows more beautiful with practice. Some days you'll feel perfectly in step. Other days, you might feel like you're stumbling. Both experiences are valuable parts of the dance. As you work through these exercises, stay open, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy the dance. The universe is a willing and joyful partner, eager to twirl you towards your highest good and grandest dreams. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to maintain your cosmic dance even when the music seems to fade, navigating the inevitable challenges and setbacks that are part of any transformative journey. But for now, immerse yourself in the beautiful waltz of co-creation. The universe is extending its hand. Will you accept the invitation to dance? Chapter 5. The Ebb and Flow of Manifestation. Sarah stood at the edge of the ocean, watching the waves roll in and out. The rhythmic sound filled her ears, a soothing backdrop to the tumult of her thoughts. It had been weeks since her last meeting with Maya, weeks filled with exhilarating highs and frustrating lows. She had thrown herself into the practices of intuition and co-creation with enthusiasm, and at first, everything seemed to flow effortlessly. Opportunities appeared as if by magic, synchronicities abounded, and Sarah felt like she was finally in tune with the universe. But then, gradually, things began to slow down. The signs she had so easily interpreted before became muddled. Doubts crept in. Was she doing something wrong? Had she lost her connection to the cosmic dance? As if on cue, Sarah felt a gentle hand on her shoulder. She turned to see Maya standing beside her, eyes twinkling with understanding. "Perfect timing," Sarah said with a wry smile. "I was just wondering where you were." Maya gestured towards the ocean. "Tell me, what do you see?" Sarah watched the waves for a moment. "I see constant motion, waves coming in, going out." Maya nodded. "And if you watched long enough, what else might you notice?" Sarah thought for a moment. "Well, I suppose I'd see the tide coming in and going out too. The water level rising and falling over longer periods." "Exactly," Maya said. "And therein lies today's lesson. The ebb and flow of manifestation. The rhythm of growth." As they walked along the beach, Maya explained the cyclical nature of personal growth and manifestation. "Life, my dear Sarah, is not a steady climb upward. It's more like the ocean. There are waves of progress and regression, tides of abundance and scarcity. The key is to understand and work with these natural rhythms rather than fighting against them." Sarah nodded, thinking about her recent experiences. "So the setbacks I've been facing, they're normal?" "More than normal," Maya replied. "They're necessary. Just as the ocean needs both high and low tides to maintain its ecosystem, we need both periods of growth and periods of integration to truly evolve." Maya went on to explain the typical cycle of manifestation. 1. Inspiration, the initial spark of an idea or desire. 2. Action, taking steps towards the goal with enthusiasm. 3. Progress, seeing initial results, often accompanied by excitement. 4. Plateau, a period where progress seems to slow or stop. 5. Doubt, questioning the goal or one's ability to achieve it. 6. Recommitment, choosing to persevere despite doubts. 7. Breakthrough, a sudden leap forward, often after a period of seeming stagnation. 8. Manifestation, the realization of the goal, often in unexpected ways. "The crucial thing to remember," Maya said, "is that this cycle repeats itself, not just once, but many times on the journey towards any significant goal. And each cycle takes us deeper, higher, further than the last." Riding the waves. As they found a spot to sit on the sand, Maya guided Sarah through the concept of navigating the ebbs and flows of her own manifestation journey. "Remember," Maya said as Sarah shared her insights, "the low points are not failures. They're opportunities for deepening, for recommitting to your path, for gathering strength for the next push forward." The power of persistence. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the water, Maya introduced another crucial aspect of navigating the manifestation cycle: persistence. Persistence, she explained, is not about forcing things to happen. It's about maintaining your course even when the winds seem to be against you. It's about trusting in the ultimate rhythm of the universe, even when you can't see the next wave of progress on the horizon. Sarah thought about the time she had given up on goals in the past, mistaking a natural ebb for failure. How many dreams had she abandoned simply because she didn't understand the cyclical nature of growth? The art of detachment. As the sky darkened and stars began to twinkle overhead, Maya introduced one final concept: the art of detachment. "This might seem contradictory to persistence," she said, "but it's actually complementary. Detachment doesn't mean not caring about your goals. It means not being overly attached to how or when they manifest." Maya explained that too much attachment to specific outcomes can actually hinder the manifestation process. It creates tension and resistance, blocking the natural flow of the universe. "Think of it like planting a seed," Maya said. "You plant it with intention, you water it with your actions, but then you have to let it grow in its own time, in its own way. You don't dig it up every day to check on its progress." Embracing the whole journey. As their time together drew to a close, Maya offered some final words of wisdom. "Remember, Sarah, manifestation is not just about reaching the goal. It's about who you become on the journey. Each ebb and flow is shaping you, preparing you not just for the realization of this dream, but for even greater things beyond it. Sarah nodded, feeling a deep sense of gratitude for these lessons. As she looked out at the night sky reflected in the ocean, she saw her own journey mirrored in the endless rhythm of the waves. There would be high tides and low tides, crashing waves and gentle lulls. But through it all, she would persist, trusting in the greater rhythm of the universe. "Thank you, Maya," Sarah said softly. "I think I'm finally ready to truly dance with the tides." Maya smiled, her eyes reflecting the starlight. "The dance is just beginning, dear one, and it's beautiful." Exercises to navigate the ebb and flow. 1. Mapping your manifestation cycles. Think of a goal you're currently working towards. Draw a line representing your journey so far, with peaks for high points and troughs for setbacks. For each major point, write a brief description. Reflect on the patterns you notice and how each setback led to new growth. 2. The persistence pledge. Identify a goal you've given up on in the past. Write a letter to this abandoned dream, acknowledging why you let it go and expressing your recommitment. Create a persistence pledge, a statement to return to during difficult times. Design a simple ritual to remind yourself of this pledge during low points. 3. Detachment meditation. Practice a meditation focusing on detachment. Visualize your goal as a seed you're planting. See yourself nurturing it, then stepping back and trusting in its growth process. Sit with the feeling of peaceful detachment, knowing you've done your part and allowing the universe to do its work. 4. Ebb and flow journal. For 1 month, keep a daily journal of your perceived position in the manifestation cycle. Note whether you feel you're in a period of flow or ebb. At the end of the month, review your entries. Look for patterns and reflect on the lessons learned during both high and low periods. 5. Reframing setbacks. Each time you encounter a setback, practice reframing it. Write down the challenge, then list 3 potential positive outcomes or lessons that could result from this apparent obstacle. This exercise helps shift your perspective and find opportunity in difficulty. 6. Cosmic rhythm visualization. Create a visual representation of your goal as a point on a spiraling path. Each loop of the spiral represents a cycle of ebb and flow. As you move through cycles, the spiral gradually approaches the center, your goal. This visual reminder helps you see progress even when it feels like you're covering old ground. 7. Surrender ceremony. Design a personal ceremony to practice surrender. This could involve writing down your attachments to specific outcomes and symbolically releasing them, e.g., burning the paper or releasing it into flowing water. Use this ceremony whenever you feel overly attached or anxious about results. Remember, navigating the ebb and flow of manifestation is an ongoing practice. Some days you'll feel in perfect harmony with the cosmic tides. Other days you might feel adrift. Both experiences are valuable parts of the journey. As you work through these exercises, cultivate patience and compassion for yourself. Trust in the natural rhythms of growth and manifestation. The universe's timing is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our expectations. In our next chapter, we'll explore the power of gratitude in amplifying your manifestation practice and finding joy in every stage of the journey. But for now, embrace the ebb and flow. Each wave is carrying you closer to your dreams, even when it feels like you're being pulled back. Trust the tide, dance with the rhythm, and watch as your life unfolds in beautiful and unexpected ways. Chapter 6. The Garden of Gratitude. Sarah stood at the entrance of a hidden garden, her hand resting on the intricate wrought iron gate. The sweet scent of jasmine and roses wafted through the air, inviting her in. She took a deep breath, centering herself as Maya had taught her, and stepped inside. Remember, Maya's voice echoed in her mind. Gratitude is the key that unlocks the abundance of the universe. Your job is to notice, appreciate, and cultivate it in every moment. With a sense of wonder and curiosity, Sarah began to explore the lush paradise before her, her senses alert for lessons in gratitude. The seeds of appreciation. As Sarah wandered through the garden, she found herself drawn to a small, unassuming flower pushing its way through a crack in the stone path. Its vibrant purple petals stood in stark contrast to the gray stone surrounding it. "Ah, you found the resilience bloom," came Maya's voice. Sarah turned to see her mentor kneeling by a nearby flower bed, her hands covered in rich, dark soil. "It teaches us to be grateful for our challenges, for they often lead to our most beautiful growth." Sarah knelt down, gently touching the delicate petals. She thought about her recent struggles with her art and how they had pushed her to explore new techniques and themes. Without realizing it, a smile spread across her face. "Well done," Maya said, her eyes twinkling. "You're beginning to see with the eyes of gratitude." They found a quiet bench beneath a blooming cherry tree, and Maya began to explain the intricate ecosystem of gratitude. "You see, Sarah," Maya said, gesturing to the abundant life around them, "gratitude is like the soil in this garden. It nourishes everything it touches, allowing seeds a possibility to take root and flourish. The universe responds to gratitude by sending more experiences to be grateful for." Sarah nodded, thinking about her recent experiences with co-creation. But how do we cultivate gratitude when things are difficult? It's easy to be thankful when everything is going well. Maya smiled, picking up a fallen cherry blossom. "Ah, that's where the real magic happens. True gratitude isn't just about appreciating the beautiful blossoms. It's about being thankful for the entire cycle, the budding, the blooming, the fading, and even the composting. Each stage has its gifts if we have the wisdom to see them." As they sat together, Maya guided Sarah through the principles of cultivating gratitude. 1. Present moment awareness. Fully engaging with the now, noticing the small miracles in each moment. 2. Reframing challenges. Finding the hidden blessings in difficulties and setbacks. 3. Expressing appreciation. Regularly voicing or writing down what you're grateful for. 4. Gratitude for the ordinary. Recognizing the wonder in everyday experiences we often take for granted. 5. Thankfulness for growth. Appreciating personal evolution, even when it's uncomfortable. Remember, Maya said gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a practice, a way of moving through the world. The more you cultivate it, the more abundant your life becomes. As their conversation drew to a close, Maya gave Sarah a new assignment. For the next week, she was to tend to her own garden of gratitude, nurturing it daily with her appreciation. The Week of Wonder. Sarah embraced the assignment with enthusiasm. She started each day by writing down 3 things she was grateful for, then remained alert throughout the day for moments of appreciation. On Monday, she found herself grateful for the warm sun on her face during her walk to work. This simple pleasure lifted her mood, making her more receptive to creative ideas during a brainstorming session later that day. Tuesday brought a challenge when her computer crashed, losing some of her work. But remembering Maya's words, Sarah reframed the situation, feeling grateful for the opportunity to revisit and improve her designs. As the week progressed, Sarah found herself in a beautiful state of appreciation. She wasn't just noticing the big, obvious blessings, but the small, often overlooked gifts in each moment. The comforting warmth of her morning coffee, the kindness of a stranger holding a door open, the soothing sound of rain against her window. There were moments of struggle too, of course. On Thursday, Sarah received a rejection letter from a gallery she had hoped to work with. But even in this disappointment, she found something to be grateful for: the courage to put herself out there and the feedback that would help her grow as an artist. By the time Sarah met with Maya again, she felt like she had discovered a new way of seeing the world. Everything seemed brighter, more vivid, more miraculous. "You're getting it," Maya said proudly as Sarah recounted her experiences. But remember, gratitude is a lifelong practice. There's always more to appreciate, more ways to deepen your thankfulness. The abundant harvest. As Sarah continued to nurture her gratitude practice, she noticed profound changes in her life. Opportunities seemed to multiply, relationships deepened, and even challenges became easier to navigate. Most importantly, Sarah felt a deep sense of contentment and joy. She was no longer constantly striving for the next thing, always wanting more. Instead, she was deeply appreciating what she had, while remaining open to the abundance the universe was constantly offering. This, Sarah realized, is what it means to live in a state of true gratitude. Exercises to cultivate your gratitude garden. 1. Gratitude journal. Start each day by writing down 3 things you're grateful for. Be specific and try to choose different things each day. At the end of each week, review your entries and reflect on how this practice has affected your outlook. 2. Gratitude walk. Take a 10-minute walk focusing solely on things to be grateful for. Use all your senses. What do you see, hear, smell, feel, or taste that you can appreciate? Try this in different environments: nature, your neighborhood, even your home or workplace. 3. The gratitude jar. Place an empty jar in a prominent place in your home. Each day, write down one thing you're grateful for on a small slip of paper and place it in the jar. On difficult days, read through some of the slips to remind yourself of life's blessings. 4. Gratitude letters. Once a week, write a short letter of thanks to someone who has positively impacted your life. You don't have to send the letter, although you can if you want to, but the act of expressing your gratitude in writing can be powerful. 5. Bedtime gratitude ritual. Before going to sleep, think of 3 things that happened during the day that you're grateful for. This practice helps you end each day on a positive note and can improve sleep quality. 6. Gratitude reframing. When faced with a challenge, practice finding something to be grateful for in the situation. What is this teaching you? How might it be helping you grow? How could it be preparing you for something better? 7. Gratitude meditation. Spend 5 to 10 minutes in quiet meditation, focusing on the feeling of gratitude. Bring to mind people, experiences, or things you're thankful for, and really allow yourself to feel the warmth of appreciation in your body. Remember, cultivating gratitude is like tending a garden. It requires consistent care and attention, but the fruits it bears are well worth the effort. Some days, your gratitude will bloom easily and abundantly. Other days, you might need to dig a little deeper to find things to appreciate. Both experiences are valuable parts of the practice. As you work through these exercises, stay open, stay curious, and most importantly, enjoy the process of cultivating your gratitude garden. The universe responds generously to genuine appreciation, often in ways more beautiful than we could have imagined. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to use your growing gratitude practice to transform your relationships, creating deeper connections, and opening new doors on your path of manifestation. But for now, immerse yourself in the abundant garden of gratitude. Every moment offers a seed of appreciation waiting to be nurtured. Will you tend to your garden today? Chapter 7. The Mirror of Relationships. Sarah stood before a peculiar antique mirror in Maya's study. Its ornate frame was adorned with intricate carvings of intertwined vines and flowers. As she gazed into the glass, she noticed something odd. Her reflection seemed to shift and change, sometimes showing her as she was, other times reflecting versions of herself from different moments in her life. Fascinating, isn't it? Maya's voice came from behind her. This mirror shows us not just who we are, but who we've been and who we might become. In many ways, our relationships work the same way. Sarah turned, intrigued. Our relationships are like mirrors? Maya nodded, a knowing smile on her face. Indeed, they reflect back to us aspects of ourselves, our beliefs, our fears, our capacity for love. Today, we're going to explore the mirror of relationships, the reflective nature of connections. Maya led Sarah to a cozy seating area, where a teapot and 2 cups waited. As they settled in, Maya began to explain the concept of relationships as mirrors. Every interaction we have, she said, pouring the fragrant tea, every relationship we engage in shows us something about ourselves. The love we receive reflects our capacity to give love. The challenges we face in relationships often mirror our inner struggles. Sarah thought about her recent interactions, the tension with her mother, the easy camaraderie with her best friend, the budding connection with a new acquaintance. Could these all be showing her different aspects of herself? But how do we know what our relationships are trying to show us? Sarah asked, sipping her tea. Maya's eyes twinkled. That's where the art of deep asking comes in. By asking the right questions, we can uncover the lessons and growth opportunities in every relationship. As they talked, Maya guided Sarah through the principles of viewing relationships as mirrors. 1. Self-reflection. Recognizing that our reactions to others often stem from our own beliefs and experiences. 2. Pattern recognition. Noticing recurring themes or challenges in different relationships. 3. Emotional awareness. Understanding that strong emotions in relationships can point to unresolved internal issues. 4. Growth mindset. Viewing relationship challenges as opportunities for personal development. 5. Compassionate observation. Looking at ourselves and others with kindness and curiosity rather than judgment. Remember, Maya said, the goal isn't to achieve perfect relationships, but to use each connection as a tool for self-discovery and growth. As their discussion concluded, Maya gave Sarah a new assignment. For the next week, she was to observe her relationships through the lens of self-reflection, asking deep questions about what each interaction might be mirroring back to her. The week of reflections. Sarah embraced the assignment with a mix of excitement and apprehension. She started each day by setting an intention to be more aware of her relationships and her reactions within them. On Monday, a disagreement with a co-worker left her feeling frustrated. But as she reflected on the situation, Sarah realized that the co-worker's behavior had triggered her own insecurities about her competence. This awareness allowed her to approach the situation with more compassion and clarity. Tuesday brought a heartwarming conversation with her sister. The ease and joy of their interaction reflected back to Sarah her capacity for open, loving connections when she let her guard down. As the week progressed, Sarah found herself noticing patterns in her relationships she had never seen before. She saw how her fear of abandonment influenced her romantic relationships, how her need for approval affected her work interactions, and how her childhood experiences shaped her family dynamics. There were challenging moments too. On Thursday, a deep conversation with a friend brought up old wounds. But Sarah remembered Maya's teachings and viewed this as an opportunity for healing and growth. By the time Sarah met with Maya again, she felt like she had gained a new perspective on her entire social world. Every interaction, whether positive or negative, had become a chance for self-discovery. "You're beginning to see," Maya said proudly as Sarah shared her insights. "But remember, this is an ongoing practice. Our relationships will always have more to teach us if we remain open to the lessons." The transformative power of relational awareness. As Sarah continued to practice viewing her relationships as mirrors, she noticed profound changes in her interactions and her sense of self. She found herself responding to challenging situations with more grace and understanding. Conflicts that once would have escalated now became opportunities for deeper connection and mutual growth. Most importantly, Sarah felt a growing sense of authenticity in her relationships. By understanding how each connection reflected aspects of herself, she was able to show up more fully and honestly in every interaction. This, Sarah realized, is what it means to truly see ourselves and others clearly. Exercises to polish your relationship mirror. 1. Relationship inventory. Make a list of your key relationships: family, friends, romantic partners, colleagues. For each, write down the dominant emotions you feel in that relationship and any recurring patterns you notice. Reflect on what these might be showing you about yourself. 2. Trigger tracking. For 1 week, note down any strong emotional reactions you have in your interactions with others. For each instance, ask yourself, what about this situation triggered me? What might this be showing me about my own beliefs, fears, or unmet needs? 3. The projection practice. Choose a quality in someone else that particularly annoys or attracts you. Reflect on how you might possess this same quality, even if it's not immediately obvious. Journal about this reflection and any insights it brings. 4. Gratitude mirror. Each day for a week, choose one person in your life and write down 3 things about them that you're grateful for. Then, reflect on how these qualities might be mirroring positive aspects of yourself that you may not always recognize. 5. Conflict reflection. After any interpersonal conflict, big or small, take time to journal about it. Ask yourself, what was my role in this situation? What fear or belief of mine might have contributed to the conflict? What can I learn from this about myself? 6. The relationship time machine. Choose a significant relationship in your life. Write about how this relationship has evolved over time. What has changed? What has stayed the same? How have you grown or changed through this relationship? 7. Mirror meditation. Sit in front of a mirror for 5 to 10 minutes. Gaze at your reflection and imagine that you're looking at a dear friend. What words of kindness or wisdom would you share with this person? How might this change how you view and treat yourself in your daily life? Remember, using relationships as mirrors for self-discovery is a profound and ongoing practice. Some reflections will be easy to see and accept, while others might be challenging to face. Approach this practice with gentleness and curiosity. As you work through these exercises, stay open to the insights that arise. Every relationship, every interaction, holds the potential for deep self-understanding and personal growth. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to take inspired action based on the insights gained from your relationships and self-reflection. But for now, immerse yourself in the fascinating world of relational mirrors. What beautiful truths about yourself are waiting to be discovered in your connections with others? Chapter 8. The Alchemy of Action. Sarah stood in her art studio, surrounded by blank canvases and untouched paints. She had been here for hours, caught in a paralyzing loop of ideas and doubts. The insights she had gained over the past weeks swirled in her mind, but translating them into action seemed an insurmountable task. A gentle knock on the door startled her out of her reverie. Maya entered, her presence immediately filling the room with a sense of calm purpose. "Stuck?" Maya asked, her eyes twinkling with understanding. Sarah nodded, gesturing helplessly at the blank canvases. "I have all these ideas, all this knowledge now, but when it comes to actually creating, I freeze." Maya smiled, picking up a paintbrush. "Ah, you've reached the crucial junction between asking and action. It's time to explore the alchemy of turning intention into reality. The dance of intention and action." Maya guided Sarah to a small table in the corner of the studio. As they sat, she began to explain the delicate balance between deep asking and inspired action. "You see, Sarah," Maya said, twirling the paintbrush between her fingers. "The journey of manifestation is like a dance between two partners, intention and action. Intention sets the direction, but action brings it to life." Sarah thought about all the intentions she had set over the past weeks. But how do we know when it's time to stop asking and start doing? Maya's eyes sparkled. That's where the alchemy comes in. It's about learning to recognize the moment when your intention has crystallized enough to fuel inspired action. She went on to explain the key principles of turning intention into action. 1. Clarity of purpose. Having a clear, compelling vision of what you want to create. 2. Alignment. Ensuring your actions are in harmony with your deepest values and desires. 3. Inspired timing. Recognizing and acting on moments of inspiration and flow. 4. Courage. Being willing to take risks and step out of your comfort zone. 5. Persistence. Maintaining momentum through challenges and setbacks. Remember, Maya said, action without intention is just busyness. But intention without action is merely daydreaming. The magic happens when the two dance together, overcoming the inertia of inaction. As they talked, Sarah opened up about her fears and the procrastination that often held her back. Maya nodded sympathetically. Fear and procrastination are common alchemical blockers. They're like lead weights that keep our golden intentions from taking flight. She explained that overcoming these blockers often requires a shift in perspective. Instead of trying to eliminate fear, we can learn to act alongside it. And procrastination often melts away when we connect deeply with our why the deeper purpose behind our goals. Sarah thought about her art and why she had started creating in the first place. She felt a spark of the passion that had first led her to pick up a brush. The momentum of microactions. Seeing the shift in Sarah's energy, Maya introduced the concept of microactions. Sometimes, the gap between intention and large-scale action feels too wide to cross. That's where microactions come in. These are tiny, almost effortless steps that build momentum and confidence. She picked up a small sketch pad from Sarah's desk. For instance, instead of trying to paint a masterpiece right away, you might start by doing a 2-minute sketch. The key is to make the action so small that it bypasses your mental resistance. Sarah felt a weight lift off her shoulders. The idea of starting with something small and manageable seemed far less daunting than tackling her grand visions all at once. The feedback loop of action and insight. As their conversation continued, Maya highlighted another crucial aspect of the alchemy of action. Each action you take provides valuable feedback. It's like a conversation with the universe. You act, observe the results, gain new insights, refine your intention, and act again. This cycle of action and reflection is where true growth and manifestation occur. Sarah realized that by staying stuck in inaction, she had been denying herself this rich source of learning and refinement. Embracing imperfect action. As their session drew to a close, Maya offered one final piece of wisdom. Remember, Sarah, perfection is the enemy of progress. Embracing imperfect action, doing something, even if it's not ideal, is often the key to unlocking your creative flow. She gestured to the blank canvases around the studio. Each of these is an opportunity for imperfect action, for learning, for growth. The masterpiece isn't just the final painting, it's the journey of creating it. Sarah nodded, feeling a newfound excitement bubbling up within her. She was ready to transmute her intentions into action, to engage in the alchemy of creation. "Thank you, Maya," she said, already reaching for her paints. "I think I'm ready to start dancing." Maya smiled, her eyes shining with pride and anticipation. "The dance has already begun, dear one. Now let's see what magic you can create." As Maya left, Sarah stood before a blank canvas, brush in hand. This time, instead of paralysis, she felt a surge of energy. She took a deep breath, connected with her intention, and let her first brush stroke flow. The alchemy of action had begun. Exercises to master the alchemy of action. 1. Intention crystallization. Write down a goal or intention you've been holding. Now describe in vivid detail what successfully achieving this goal looks and feels like. Engage all your senses in this visualization. This clarity will fuel your inspired action. 2. Fear dialogue. Identify a fear that's holding you back from taking action. Write a dialogue between yourself and this fear. What is it trying to protect you from? How can you acknowledge its concern while still moving forward? End the dialogue with a commitment to act alongside your fear. 3. Why storm. Choose a goal you've been procrastinating on. Set a timer for 5 minutes and rapidly write down all the reasons why this goal is important to you. Don't censor yourself. After the timer goes off, circle the 3 most compelling reasons. Connect with these daily to reignite your motivation. 4. Microaction challenge. Break down a large goal into the smallest possible actions. Challenge yourself to complete one microaction each day for a week. For example, if your goal is to write a book, a microaction could be writing 1 sentence a day. Track your progress and note how these small steps build momentum. 5. Imperfect action experiment. Choose an area where perfectionism has been holding you back. Commit to taking imperfect action in this area every day for a week. This could be sharing unfinished work, making decisions without overthinking, or trying new things without expecting mastery. Reflect on what you learned from this experiment. 6. Action Insight Journal. For 1 month, commit to taking daily action towards a goal, no matter how small. Each day, write down 1. The action you took. 2. What you observed or learned from this action. 3. How this insight might refine your next step. Watch how this cycle accelerates your progress and understanding. 7. Inspired timing tracker. For the next week, Pay attention to moments when you feel a surge of inspiration or energy related to your goals. Note the time of day, what you were doing, and any other relevant factors. Use this data to identify your personal inspired timing patterns and schedule future actions accordingly. Remember, the alchemy of action is a practice that grows stronger with use. Some days, you'll feel the magic flowing easily. Other days, it might feel like you're pushing against resistance. Both experiences are valuable parts of the process. As you work through these exercises, stay curious and compassionate with yourself. Each action, whether it leads to success or failure, is an opportunity for learning and growth. Trust in the alchemical process. With each step, you're transmuting your intentions into golden realities. In our next chapter, we'll explore how your individual alchemy of action ripples out to affect your community and the world at large. But for now, immerse yourself in the dance of intention and action. What masterpiece will you begin creating today? Chapter 9. The Tapestry of Community. Sarah stood in the center of a bustling community garden, surrounded by the vibrant colors of blooming flowers and the rich greens of thriving vegetables. The air was filled with the sound of laughter, the clinking of gardening tools, and the gentle hum of bees going about their work. Beautiful, isn't it? Maya's voice came from behind her. Sarah turned to see her mentor kneeling by a patch of tomatoes, her hands covered in rich soil. Sarah nodded, taking in the scene. It's amazing. I've passed by this place so many times, but I never realized what was happening here. Maya stood, brushing the dirt from her hands. That's often the case with community, my dear. We don't always see its power until we become part of it. Today, we're going to explore the tapestry of community and how it relates to your journey of manifestation. The interconnected web. As they walked through the garden, Maya began to explain the concept of community as a living, breathing entity. You see, Sarah, she said, gesturing to the various plots around them. Each person here tends to their own patch, but together, they create something far greater than the sum of its parts. It's the same with our personal growth and manifestation journey. Sarah watched as gardeners shared tools, exchanged tips, and helped each other with heavier tasks. She could see the metaphor coming to life before her eyes. Maya continued, we often think of personal growth as a solitary journey, but in truth, we are all interconnected. The energy we put out into the world, the intentions we set, they all become part of a greater tapestry. As they talked, Maya guided Sarah through the principles of community in manifestation. 1. Collective energy. Understanding how the energy of a group can amplify individual intentions. 2. Mutual support. Recognizing the power of giving and receiving support in our journeys. 3. Shared wisdom. Valuing the diverse experiences and knowledge within a community. 4. Accountability. Using community connections to stay committed to our goals. 5. Ripple effect. Realizing how our personal growth can positively impact those around us. Remember, Maya said, the goal isn't just to take from the community, but to become an active, contributing member. As you grow, you have more to offer others. As their discussion concluded, Maya gave Sarah a new assignment. For the next week, she was to actively seek out and engage with various communities, both existing ones and potentially new ones aligned with her goals and values. The week of connection. Sarah approached the assignment with enthusiasm, eager to explore the power of community in her life. On Monday, she attended a local art class she had been curious about for months. The supportive atmosphere and shared creativity energized her, sparking new ideas for her own work. Tuesday found her at a meditation group, where the collective silence deepened her practice in a way she hadn't experienced before. As the week progressed, Sarah found herself noticing the communities she was already part of with new eyes. She saw how her workplace, her group of friends, even her neighborhood, all formed intricate tapestries of connection and mutual influence. There were challenges too. On Thursday, she attended a community meeting about local issues and found herself disagreeing with some vocal members. But she remembered Maya's teachings and viewed this as an opportunity to practice understanding diverse perspectives. By the time Sarah met with Maya again, She felt a profound shift in her perception of her place in the world. She was no longer an isolated individual on a solo journey, but part of a vast, interconnected web of humanity. "You're beginning to see the bigger picture," Maya said proudly as Sarah shared her insights. "But remember, this awareness is just the beginning. The real magic happens when you actively participate in weaving the tapestry." The transformative power of community engagement. As Sarah continued to engage with various communities, she noticed profound changes in her manifestation journey. She found her intentions amplified when shared with supportive groups. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable became manageable with the collective wisdom and support of her communities. Most importantly, Sarah felt a growing sense of purpose. By contributing to her communities, she was no longer just manifesting for herself, but participating in a greater unfolding of collective potential. This, Sarah realized, is what it means to be part of something greater than ourselves. Exercises to weave your community tapestry. 1. Community mapping. Create a visual map of the communities you're currently part of: work, hobby groups, neighborhood, online forums, etc. For each, know what you receive from and what you contribute to the community. Reflect on any imbalances or areas for greater engagement. 2. Intention sharing circle. Gather a small group of trusted friends or community members. Take turns sharing one intention or goal you're working towards. Discuss how you can support each other in achieving these intentions. Follow up with the group regularly to maintain accountability. 3. Random acts of community kindness. For 1 week, perform one small act of kindness within your community each day. This could be as simple as picking up litter in your neighborhood, offering help to a colleague, or leaving an encouraging comment in an online group. Journal about how these acts affect your sense of connection and purpose. 4. Skill exchange. Identify a skill you can offer and a skill you'd like to learn. Find someone in your community or a new community to exchange skills with. Reflect on the experience of both teaching and learning within a community context. 5. Community appreciation journal. Each day, for a week, write down one way you benefited from being part of a community and one way you contributed to a community. At the end of the week, reflect on how this awareness has changed your perception of your place in these communities. 6. Diverse Perspectives Challenge. Attend a community event or join an online group that exposes you to viewpoints different from your own. Practice active listening without judgment. Afterwards, journal about what you learned and how it has expanded your understanding. 7. Community Vision Board. Create a vision board that represents the type of community you want to be part of or help create. Include images, words, and symbols that represent the values, activities, and feelings you associate with this ideal community. Place it where you can see it daily and let it inspire your community engagements. Remember, building and engaging with community is an ongoing process. It requires openness, patience, and a willingness to both give and receive. Some community connections will form easily, while others may take time to develop. As you work through these exercises, stay open to the possibilities that community engagement brings. Every interaction, every shared experience, holds the potential for mutual growth and collective manifestation. In our next chapter, we'll explore how to integrate all the lessons we've learned into a cohesive practice for ongoing personal evolution and manifestation. But for now, immerse yourself in the rich tapestry of your communities. What beautiful patterns will you help weave in the grand design of collective consciousness? Chapter 10. The Horizon of Possibilities. Sarah stood atop a hill. The world spread out before her like a canvas waiting to be painted. The sun was just beginning to rise, casting a golden glow across the landscape. She took a deep breath, feeling a sense of expansion and possibility that she had never experienced before. "It's beautiful, isn't it?" Maya's voice came from beside her. Sarah turned to see her mentor, a serene smile on her face. "It's breathtaking," Sarah replied, her voice filled with wonder. "I feel like I'm seeing the world for the first time." Maya nodded, her eyes twinkling. "In many ways you are. You've come to the horizon of possibilities, Sarah. This is where your journey of deep asking has led you. The view from the summit. As they sat on a nearby bench, overlooking the awakening world, Maya began to reflect on Sarah's journey. When we first met, she said, you were feeling stuck, unsure of your path. Now look at you. You've learned to dance with the universe, to cultivate gratitude, to see your relationships as mirrors, and to take inspired action. Sarah nodded, thinking back on all she had experienced and learned. It feels like I've undergone a complete transformation, she said. Maya smiled. That's the power of deep asking. It doesn't just change your circumstances. It changes you. You've expanded your consciousness. And in doing so, you've expanded your world. The ripple effect. As they watched the sun climb higher in the sky, Maya spoke about the far-reaching impact of Sarah's personal growth. Your transformation isn't just about you, she explained. As you've changed, you've created ripples that have touched everyone around you. Your newfound clarity has inspired your friends. Your gratitude has deepened your relationships. Your aligned actions have influenced your colleagues. Sarah thought about the positive changes she'd noticed in her interactions with others. Even her relationship with her parents, once strained, had begun to heal as she approached it with newfound understanding and compassion. This, Maya said, is how we change the world, one personal transformation at a time. The ongoing journey. As their conversation continued, Maya emphasized that reaching the horizon of possibilities wasn't an endpoint, but a new beginning. The horizon is always moving, she said. As you grow and expand, new possibilities come into view. The journey of deep asking never truly ends. It just keeps opening up new vistas of potential. Sarah felt a thrill of excitement at this thought. She no longer feared the unknown. Instead, she welcomed it as an opportunity for further growth and discovery. The power of purpose. Maya turned to Sarah, her eyes serious. Now that you've reached this point, it's time to consider your purpose. How will you use all you've learned? How will you contribute to the world? Sarah closed her eyes, letting the question resonate within her. She thought about her art, about the joy and healing it had brought her. Could she use it to help others on their own journeys of self-discovery? I think, she said slowly, opening her eyes, I want to use my art to inspire others to ask deep questions about themselves and their lives, to show them the beauty and potential that exists within them. Maya beamed. That's beautiful, Sarah. Remember, your purpose isn't something you find. It's something you create through your choices and actions. The alchemy of integration. As the morning wore on, Maya spoke about the importance of integrating all the lessons Sarah had learned. Each principle we've explored, from the power of asking to the alchemy of action, is a tool in your spiritual toolkit, she explained. The real magic happens when you learn to use them in concert, to create a life of meaning, purpose, and joy. Sarah nodded, feeling a sense of wholeness she had never experienced before. She understood now that every aspect of her journey had been necessary, each lesson building upon the last to bring her to this point of clarity and purpose. The next horizon. As their time together drew to a close, Maya turned to Sarah with a warm smile. You've come so far, dear one. But remember, this is not the end. It's a new beginning. There will always be new questions to ask, new depths to explore, new horizons to reach for. Sarah felt a surge of gratitude for her mentor and for the journey she had undertaken. Thank you, Maya, she said, her voice thick with emotion. For everything. Maya enveloped her in a warm hug. The thanks goes to you, Sarah. You had the courage to ask, to listen, and to act. You've done the work. Now, it's time for you to become the guide for others, to help them find their own horizons of possibility. As Sarah descended the hill, she felt as though she was stepping into a new world, one filled with endless potential and possibility. She was no longer searching for her path. She was creating it with every step. The journey of deep asking had transformed her, and now she was ready to help transform the world. Exercises to expand your horizon of possibilities. 1. Vision quest. Spend an hour in nature, preferably somewhere with a view. As you gaze at the horizon, reflect on your journey so far and the possibilities that lie ahead. Write or sketch your vision for your future, letting your imagination soar beyond your current limitations. 2. Purpose mapping. Create a mind map with my purpose at the center. Branch out with your passions, skills, values, and the needs you see in the world. Look for connections between these elements to help clarify your unique contribution to the world. 3. Ripple effect reflection. Write about 5 ways your personal growth has positively impacted others in your life. Then, imagine and describe the potential long-term ripple effects of your continued growth and purposeful action. 4. Integration inventory. List all the key lessons and tools you've gained on your journey of self-discovery. For each, write down a specific way you can apply it in your daily life. Create a plan to regularly review and update this inventory. 5. Future self-dialogue. Imagine your future self, 5 years from now, having fully embraced your purpose and potential. Write a dialogue between your current self and this future self. What wisdom does your future self have to share? What questions would you ask? 6. Possibility expansion. Choose an area of your life where you feel limited. Spend 10 minutes brainstorming all the possibilities in this area, no matter how wild or impractical they seem. Then, choose one expanded possibility and write about what it would take to make it a reality. 7. Legacy letter. Write a letter to be opened by a loved one 20 years in the future. Describe the life you've created, the impact you've had, and the wisdom you've gained. Let this exercise inspire you to start creating that legacy today. Remember, reaching the horizon of possibilities is not a destination, but an ongoing journey of growth and expansion. These exercises are designed to help you continue asking deep questions, exploring new potentials, and creating a life of purpose and meaning. As you work through these exercises, stay open to the unexpected. The most profound insights and opportunities often come from directions we least expect. Trust in your journey, in the wisdom you've gained, and in your ability to create positive change in the world. This marks the end of our guided journey together, but it's just the beginning of your ongoing adventure of deep asking and purposeful living. What new horizons will you explore? What possibilities will you bring into reality? The canvas of your life awaits your inspired touch. Epilogue: The Horizon of Possibilities. The sun was setting over the city, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink. Sarah stood on the balcony of her new art studio, looking out at the horizon. The view was breathtaking, but even more remarkable was the journey that had led her here. She thought back to where she had been just a year ago, stuck in a job she didn't love, disconnected from her passion, unsure of her path. Now, she was living her dream, creating art that spoke to her soul and touched the lives of others. A gentle knock on the door interrupted her reverie. It was Maya, carrying a small, wrapped package. "I thought I might find you here," Maya said, joining Sarah on the balcony. "How does it feel?" Sarah took a deep breath, letting the cool evening air fill her lungs. "It feels right, like I've finally found my place in the world, but also like this is just the beginning." Maya nodded, her eyes twinkling with pride and affection. "That's exactly how it should feel. The journey never truly ends, you know? There's always a new horizon to explore, a new question to ask, a new dream to manifest." As they stood together, watching the last rays of sunlight disappear, Sarah reflected on all she had learned. 1. The power of asking deep, meaningful questions. 2. Trusting her inner compass and intuition. 3. Dancing with the universe, co-creating her reality. 4. Embracing the ebb and flow of growth and manifestation. 5. Cultivating gratitude as a daily practice. 6. Seeing relationships as mirrors for self-discovery. 7. Taking inspired action to bring her dreams to life. 8. Weaving herself into the tapestry of community. "You've come so far," Maya said, handing Sarah the package. "But remember, this isn't a destination. It's a way of living, of being in the world." Sarah unwrapped the gift to find a beautiful journal, its cover embossed with a spiraling galaxy. Inside, on the first page, Maya had written, "To Sarah, may your questions always lead you to new discoveries." Your gratitude opens doors to abundance, and your actions create ripples of positive change in the world. The journey continues. Ask, dream, manifest. With love, Maya. Tears welled up in Sarah's eyes as she hugged her mentor. Thank you, Maya, for everything. Maya smiled, her own eyes glistening. The real thanks goes to you, Sarah, for having the courage to ask, to change, to grow. You've not only transformed your own life, but touched the lives of so many others along the way. As Maya prepared to leave, she turned to Sarah one last time. Remember, dear one, the art of asking is a lifelong practice. Keep questioning, keep dreaming, keep manifesting. Your journey is uniquely yours, but it's also part of the grand tapestry of all existence. Make it beautiful. Sarah nodded, feeling a surge of excitement for what lay ahead. She knew there would be challenges, setbacks, moments of doubt. But she also knew she had the tools to navigate them, to keep growing, to keep manifesting her dreams. As the first stars began to appear in the darkening sky, Sarah opened her new journal and wrote, "Today marks not an ending, but a new beginning. I step into tomorrow with an open heart, a curious mind, and a spirit ready for adventure. What wonders will I discover? What dreams will I manifest? What questions will lead me to new horizons? The journey continues, and I am ready." Dear reader, as you close this book, know that Sarah's journey is a reflection of your own. You too have within you the power to transform your life through the art of asking. Your questions are the keys that unlock doors to new possibilities. Your dreams are seeds waiting to be nurtured into reality. Remember, every question is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge is a chance to deepen your understanding. Every relationship is a mirror reflecting aspects of yourself. Every action, no matter how small, can lead to profound change. Every moment is an invitation to co-create with the universe. The journey of self-discovery and manifestation is ongoing. There will be peaks and valleys, moments of clarity and times of confusion. Embrace it all. Trust in the process. Keep asking, keep dreaming, keep taking inspired action. Your unique gifts, your deepest longings, your wildest dreams, they are all part of the magnificent tapestry of existence. By manifesting your own potential, you contribute to the evolution of all. So, dear dreamer, what question will you ask today? What intention will you set? What inspired action will you take? The horizon of possibilities awaits. Your journey continues now. Ask, dream, manifest. The universe is listening. Bonus content, The Dreamer's Journey. Thank you for embarking on this transformative journey of deep asking and manifestation. To support your ongoing growth and help you apply the principles you've learned, we've prepared this special bonus content. Here you'll find additional tools, exercises, and insights to deepen your practice. 1. The Daily Deep Asking Practice. Incorporate deep asking into your daily routine with this simple yet powerful practice. 1. Morning Reflection, 5 minutes. What am I grateful for today? What is my intention for the day? What deep question will guide my actions today? 2. Midday Check-in, 2 minutes. How am I aligning with my intention? What insights have I gained so far today? 3. Evening Review, 5 minutes. What did I learn today? How did I grow? What am I curious about for tomorrow? 2. The Question Bank. A collection of profound questions to spark your journey of self-discovery. 1. What would I do if I knew I couldn't fail? 2. How can I serve others while honoring my own needs? 3. What belief about myself is holding me back? 4. If my life were a book, what would the next chapter be about? 5. What am I not seeing about my current situation? 6. How can I bring more joy into my daily life? 7. What would my highest self advise me to do right now? 8. How can I turn my biggest challenge into my greatest opportunity? 9. What am I afraid to admit to myself? 10. How can I be kinder to myself today? 3. Manifestation Meditation. A guided meditation to align your energy with your intentions. 1. Find a comfortable position and close your eyes. 2. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your body to relax with each exhale. 3. Visualize your intention as a seed in the palm of your hand. 4. Imagine planting this seed in fertile soil within your heart. 5. See roots growing down into the earth, grounding your intention. 6. Visualize a stem growing upwards, reaching towards the sky. 7. Watch as leaves unfurl, symbolizing the growth of your intention. 8. See a bud forming, then blooming into a beautiful flower. 9. Feel the joy and gratitude of your intention manifesting. 10. Take a deep breath, carrying this feeling with you as you open your eyes. Practice this meditation daily, adjusting the visualization to fit your specific intention. 4. The Gratitude Challenge. Boost your manifestation power with this 30-day gratitude challenge. Day 1 to 10. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day. Day 11 to 20. Express gratitude directly to one person each day. Day 21 to 30. Find gratitude in a challenge or difficulty each day. Bonus. Create a gratitude jar. Each time you feel grateful, write it down and add it to the jar. Read through these notes whenever you need a boost. 5. Relationship Mirror Worksheet. Use this worksheet to gain insights from your relationships. 1. List 5 key relationships in your life. 2. For each relationship, answer: what do I admire about this person? What frustrates me about this relationship? How might these qualities reflect aspects of myself? What can I learn from this relationship? 3. Identify patterns across your relationships. 4. Set an intention for how you want to grow based on these insights. 6. The Action Amplifier. Turn your intentions into reality with this action-oriented tool. 1. State your intention clearly. 2. Break it down into 5 actionable steps. 3. For each step, identify potential obstacles, resources needed, support systems available. 4. Set a timeline for each step. 5. Create accountability by sharing your plan with a trusted friend. 6. Celebrate each step completed, no matter how small. 7. Community Connection Guide. Enhance your journey by connecting with like-minded individuals. 1. Identify communities aligned with your values and goals. 2. Join online forums or local groups related to your interests. 3. Attend workshops or retreats focused on personal growth. 4. Start a deep asking circle with friends or colleagues. 5. Volunteer for causes you care about. 6. Share your journey on social media, inviting others to join you. 7. Organize a book club to discuss personal development books. 8. The Dream Decoder. Unlock the wisdom of your subconscious with this dream journaling practice. 1. Keep a notebook by your bed. 2. Upon waking, immediately write down any dreams you remember. 3. Note key symbols, emotions, and themes. 4. Ask yourself, how does this dream relate to my current life situation? What question might my subconscious be answering? What action does this dream inspire me to take? 5. Look for patterns across multiple dreams. Remember, dreams often speak in metaphors. Trust your intuition in interpreting their messages. 9. The Manifestation Vision Board. Create a powerful visual representation of your dreams. 1. Gather magazines, photos, quotes, and craft supplies. 2. Choose a board or large piece of paper. 3. As you select images and words, ask yourself, does this resonate with my true desires? How does this make me feel? Is this aligned with my highest good? 4. Arrange and glue your chosen elements onto the board. 5. Place your completed vision board where you'll see it daily. 6. Spend a few minutes each day connecting with your vision. Remember, the power of the vision board lies not just in the final product, but in the intention and energy you put into creating it. 10. The Dreamer's Playlist. Create a soundtrack for your journey of manifestation. 1. Choose songs that inspire, motivate, or resonate with your dreams. 2. Include tracks that evoke the emotions you want to cultivate. 3. Add songs with lyrics that affirm your intentions. 4. Create different playlists for various aspects of your journey, e.g., motivation, relaxation, celebration. 5. Listen to your playlist during visualization exercises or while working towards your goals. Music can be a powerful tool for shifting your energy and reinforcing your intentions. Let your playlist be a daily reminder of the journey you're on and the dreams you're manifesting. We hope these bonus materials enhance your journey of deep asking and manifestation. Remember, the path of personal growth is ongoing. Keep asking, keep dreaming, and keep taking inspired action. Your potential is limitless, and the universe is ready to co-create with you. Enjoy the journey,